Hi, good morning. Good morning. Yes, I'm on. Yes, I'm a little late. Yes, I had a little technical difficulty, but guess what? We are here. We are here. We're here live. It worked out. Y'all, I couldn't get my light to turn on today. I don't know what was going on. But here we are on a wonderful Thursday. Such a beautiful day, you guys. I've been up thinking about what I want to talk about and what's going on, and what came to me was settling. Before I get into anything else, and talking to you guys today, I don't know what's going on with this little lock right here, y'all. It's acting crazy. I am Brittany Wilder. I am a wealth and wellness energy healer, and I help women align their energy so that they can attract and achieve their wealth, their wellness, and their weight loss goals. That's me in a nutshell. And if this is your first time on my live, go ahead and put some purple hearts in the chat so I know who my people are, who are first timers. Those of you who are vets who have seen me before, who have been on each and every morning when I get on and do my live, you know that I do a live talking about a specific topic, and then I go into a small, mini sound bowl healing, just a small little smidget of what you would get if you came to a sound bowl healing session with me. And I utilize everything from hypnotherapy, visualizations, meditation, spiritual alignment, neurolinguistic programming, which is NLP, timeline therapy, you name it. That is what I utilize in my sound bowl healing, which is why my sound bowl healing sessions are vastly different than any of them I've been to. I actually just went to a sound bowl healing session at the aquarium, the Georgia Aquarium. They do it like once a quarter. If you're in Atlanta, definitely go. It's different, being down there and within the water. It feels like you're like underwater with the animals, right? There's like, they put you in the ballroom where you can see, the baby belugas on one side, and on the other side you see the whale shark and all the things. And so it's a really great experience. So I would say if you're in Atlanta, sign up for the I think they call it Wellness by Water. It's a sound bowl healing experience with the Georgia Aquarium. It was really nice. I went, and it was interesting to be at a space, when you're a facilitator yourself, you do things your way, right? Sound bowl healing is different depending on who the facilitator is, right? And so my sound bowl healing session is different, vastly different than any of them that I've ever received, any of them that I've ever been to. It's saying that I have a slow connection on Facebook. I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know what's going on with it. But anyways, TikTok's doing all right though over here. Anyways though, it's different, right? Depending on who the facilitator is, depending on what their background is, depending on who they are, the person they are, what they want to, show and what they want to say, what they want to hear. I know for me, I am in alignment with God when I do sound bowl healing. I pray before I do sound bowl healing. I pray in the midst of sound bowl healing, right? Because it's spirit operating a lot of the times. And so I did not feel that same spirit in the midst of going to another sound bowl healing session. Not to say that that was bad or good or whatever. It just was a thing, right? It's a different facilitator, different type of feel. But when I'm facilitating, it's a different feel for me too. So it was nice to like go and be in somebody else's session and kind of see what they do. Very informative, without a doubt. This lady was very informative. She was very sweet. I really enjoyed being there. It was difficult though. There was a lot of people in that thing. It was probably like a couple hundred, 300, maybe 400 of us in there, laid out, stretched out on yoga mats. And people walking around, people coughing, right? It's Atlanta, the pollen is out, it's going crazy, allergies, so people coughing and all kind of stuff. So it's like, that was a little difficult, right? People walking around you when you're trying to be in a meditative state. And I'm easily distracted. So there's that. But overall, a pretty good session. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. And so I would say if you're interested in sound bowl healing, to go and just check it out. Check it out. But today we're talking about settling, you guys. Settling. That's what came up in my spirit when I got up this morning and started thinking about what I was going to talk about. Actually, I was talking about it yesterday. Me and my sister, we were having a conversation, and we're talking about dating. And she's dating, and I've dibbled and dabbled in dating in the last, couple of months. And so I, date a little bit, then I stop. Then I date a little bit, then I stop. Then I, back and forth. And so for me, I'm not willing to settle, right? I did that before. Got married. I settled. I thought that, oh, well, if he loves me enough, then he'll change this and he'll change that, right? Those are my thoughts. Or I knew that when I first started dating him, I had some influence over him, right? And this is me being totally honest. Probably haven't had this conversation like out in public before, but I knew that I had a certain type of influence over my ex-husband. And so because of that, I settled because I'm like, oh, well, I'm certain I can get him to, da-da-da-da. He may not be doing it right now, but I'm certain I can because he loves me. So I could get who am I being real with? Who can be real and say that they done said that before about their spouse, about a friend, about somebody, right? Y'all know I'm very honest here on this wonderful channel, which is why I love it. But, I love this tea. But you guys, I've settled before, right? And so I was talking to my sister about how this time when I date, it's easy for me. Like I'll be like, oh, that's not it. Oh, this is what I'm saying. Oh, they said that. Oh, no, that's not it. And it's not that I have these crazy, outlandish expectations and standards and da-da-da-da. But what I'm finding, you guys, this time around in dating, because dating has changed since back in 2013, 14 is when I started dating my husband, right? Was that almost 10 years ago, right? Dating has definitely changed in a decade. And so that's where this whole idea, and then yesterday I saw, I believe it's an older interview. First off, scratch that out. A couple of months ago, Harlem. I don't know if anybody watches Harlem. Good show, great show. If you don't watch it, watch it. And on this particular season, they spoke about a gentleman who was a character on with his fine self, but he was living a life of polygamy. Right? And so I think that since I saw that and I was talking to my friends about it and all the above, my phone has picked up all these different things about polygamy. And so polygamy comes up on my timeline, right? I am not a polygamist. I don't believe in the poly lifestyle. That's not for me. Kudos to you if you want to do it. That's great. That's awesome. I'm big on monogamy. I always have been and always probably will be, right? Like that's really the desires of my heart is to be with my person, my soulmate. I really truly feel that we have several soulmates, right? And it's like we decide on if that's going to be the one that we end up being with or not, right? That's what I truly believe. I believe that when it comes down to my life, I live a life of abundance, and that's in everything. So what does that mean? Dating, relationships, there's tons of great men out here for me. I just got to choose on if I'm going to pick one or not, right? That is the mindset that I have when I go out here and date. That is the mindset that some of you guys need to shift to in this dating world, right? So that you can attract good men, good women, good people, right? That's the mindset that you have to have, as a mindset of abundance, not a mindset of survival mode. Because if you're in survival mode, or if you're in a lack mindset and you're like, oh my God, this is as good as it gets. This is as good as it gets. Well, that's when you start to settle. Right? When you're operating out of survival mode. I'm just letting you guys know the truth because I've done it. I've operated my day in and day out of survival mode, out of, oh my God, I think this is as good as it gets. I finally got somebody that loves me more than I love them. Oh, let me keep them. Right? Crazy, but it's my truth. Right? And I can speak on that. But in the midst of watching this show about what polygamy looks like and basically the guy explaining to the girl what it's about and if she was okay to do it, she got to a point where she was like, I think I could do this because she liked him so much. It was like everything on paper was great, right? Money, great looking guy, sweet to her, kind to her. He just has a whole nother girl, a whole nother partner, right? So it's like, when you think about that, there's a lot of people that I know that settle in relationships. And I don't know why this is coming up so heavy for relationships, but let me cook real quick. There's a lot of people that will settle for somebody who is good enough because they are operating out of survival mode and they feel like this is as good as it's gonna get. This right here, right? He's got a good job. He treats me nice. He drives a great car, has a great house, has a business, has a career, has a vision for his life. But he has 6 girlfriends. But he has, right? It's like the but. And I want you to know that that but is settling, right? If it doesn't all match up, and I've done that before, even in dating, even when I started dating before, right? I started dating a little premature after my divorce. I wasn't ready, but I did start dating. And in the process of that, I ran into somebody who, amazing man, sweet to me, kind to me, manly man, business minded, great father. It was like all the aspects that I wanted of a man was there, but emotionally he wasn't fully available. He had some personal development stuff that he needed to work out, right? So it was like the more that I love you, this is what I want you, and I'm affirming and confirming that I want to be with him. Well, then he started to pull away. That avoidance and anxious. It's like I'm anxious and I'm all in, and he's like, oh, but I don't know though. You great, but also I don't know everything that I've dealt with in the past. Every person that ever was supposed to love me did me wrong, and now you telling me you love me, and I don't know. Oh, right? So that dealt with that, right? But if I am to be honest today, in today's age, and today's day and date to now, I know that I was settling. There were some things that were happening. There were some things that weren't quite all lining up. It wasn't all in alignment, but it was what I thought was as good as it could get. And I want to tell you something about going through trauma in relationships, past relationships, or going through, and relationships are heavy on me, so I'm just going to keep on rolling with it. That's what keeps coming up heavy on my spirit. It's talking about relationships. I don't know why, but I'm going to keep going with it because I think that's where we're at today. That's what somebody needs to hear. Whenever you've gone through some type of trauma, some type of hurt, some type of pain in a relationship, a past relationship, right? Well, when you move forward, if you fail to heal, if you fail to deal with, if you fail to process those emotions of that trauma and that hurt and that pain, well, what happens is you start to look for something, somebody that is the total opposite of that somebody from your past that caused that pain, right? So the man that I was dating after my ex-husband, when I started dating a little premature after my divorce, when I thought I was ready, right? Because I got divorced, so I'm ready to date, right? Hell no. Any divorcee out there knows it is not time to date after the divorce is final. There is a whole nother grieving process you have to go through after a divorce, right? So that takes time to heal your heart, right? Takes time. That's ultimately what it is. And so because I hadn't taken the time and because I hadn't done all the things that I needed to do, I was looking for somebody that was the total opposite of my ex, right? Because this is the picture of somebody who hurt me, that broke me, that, right? Who am I talking to? This is the person that traumatized me. This is the person that, so I don't want anything that looks anything close to that. Matter of fact, I'll go for the furthest thing away from that. But here's the thing. The furthest thing away from that is not always the best thing for you. It's just you're operating out of your trauma and your pain and your hurt. So I want to go as far away from what looks like pain and hurt and trauma. What did that look like for me? I wasn't dating any short men, y'all. Like, it was so specific to the point where if he was short, if he smoked, if he, like, it was, when I say, when you go through something traumatizing with somebody in a past relationship, you will do everything you can to steer away from somebody who is similar to them, even if that was your type of guy, right? Even if that was your type of guy. Like, so much to the point where, right, my ex-husband was dark skinned. So when I started dating, I wasn't dating no dark skinned men. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm trying to move away from the furthest thing from that. Nah, I can't do it, right? But that is my pain and my trauma that I was operating out of. I hadn't healed, right? Hadn't healed, right? But those are the things that cause us to settle. when we haven't healed from a situation. When we haven't done the processing work to see what this hurtful situation, what this traumatic situation has caused my mental to do. Right? There are different situations when I was younger, right? When I was younger that taught me and made me feel like I wasn't valuable. So if I'm operating with that mindset that I'm not valuable, well, who the hell do you think I'm going to attract? Somebody who reinforces the fact that I feel like I'm not valuable. Why? Because God, the universe, higher power, divine, whatever you call it, wants to be in alignment with whatever it is you think about yourself. That's how energy works. Yeah, that's how it works. A man so thinketh, right? It's not just scripture, it's how it works. It's real facts. However you think about it, however you feel about it, well, that is what the universe is going to continue to show you because it's your belief. And our beliefs and the things that we think and the things that we say, it all comes into alignment to what we see, to what is happening, to what actions are working out, to what, you name it. This is manifestation 101. If you don't know that the things that you think and the things that you say match up and show up. So what does that mean mentally? What does that mean mindset-wise? What does that mean for me if the things that I think and the things that I say are the things that happen in my life? Well, baby, I better be saying some good shit about me. Well, baby, I better be staying positive when it comes down to me. I better be staying positive when it comes down to my dating life. I better be staying positive when it comes down to my career, when it comes down to my friendships, when it comes down to my relationships, when it comes down to my household. I better be speaking positive about every single thing in my life if what I think and what I say is what comes into fruition. But some of us are quick to say, girl, you know, I'm just tired. And so you're tired. Girl, you know, I'm just so unlucky. And so there are more events that show you that you're unlucky. Girl, you know, dating just ain't for me. And so you keep getting these situations where dating sucks. Right? What we say, what we think, it's all in alignment. If you don't believe it, say something for a whole week straight. One statement. I dare you to say one positive statement for a whole week straight. Constantly. Say, I am the happiest person I could ever be. And I mean constantly. Keep that going and watch how happy you'll be in a week. The whole week. But I'm the happiest person I could ever be. Something so simple as that. But we say these different things just out of habit, right? And so when it comes down to settling, this is what I want you guys to know. A lot of the times we settle simply because of the things that we went through in our past, right? A lot of the times we settle because we're comfortable. That one hurt. I'm sorry, y'all. That one hurt. A lot of times we settle because we're comfortable. Y'all know my leg is dying already and I ain't been here about 10, 20 minutes. Woo, stretch it on out. We're comfortable. We're comfortable here. We're comfortable here. Okay? We are comfortable. What does that mean? I'm comfortable at this dead-end job where I get this check that I know is predictable. Every 2 weeks I get a check. That check allows me to pay my bills, allows me to do things that I'm able to do. No, it may not be a lot. It may just be paying the bills, but it's predictable and I'm comfortable here and I know I'm going to get a check every single time. Comfortable. Yeah, I know this dude does me wrong. He cheats all the time, and, but he takes care of the household. But he makes sure that he buys me nice things. Comfortable. But you're miserable. You can be miserable and comfortable at the same time. Y'all know that, right? That's where the settling comes in. I'm settling for something that is comfortable, something that is familiar. Let me say it that way. Let me say it that way, right? Because it's the same. Either I'm comfortable, I'm familiar with this person. I'm familiar with this relationship. So I know the type of hurt that I'm going to receive from this relationship. So I'd rather stay here because of the fear to step out and find something new. to find a new demon with somebody else, or to find happiness with somebody else. You don't know because you're afraid of stepping out. There's a fear there, right? And I'd rather deal with what I know than to be in the unknown. Who said that before? It's so real. I'd rather deal with the craziness in this relationship that I know than to step out and be with somebody I don't know. Because I don't know they crazy. But I know his crazy. I know her crazy. Although she get on my damn nerves. Although he get on my damn nerves. Although I'm not happy 90% of the time. But I'm comfortable with them and I'm familiar with them. So I know what I'm going to be working with over here. But over there, with Joe Schmo who wants to date me, he's been kind of consistent. Yeah, he texts me good morning every morning. He calls me all the time. But I'm not comfortable with Joe Schmo. I got a little more work to do with Joe Schmo. And I was on the phone with one of my friends last night, and we were talking about how we're in this state of mind all over the world where we want to take the easy route in everything. The easy route, right? Easy. Let me say easy route, right? With the being comfortable and being familiar with somebody and taking the easy route out. Because this seems like the best way to go, right? And we were on the phone and we were talking. I was like, but what people think is easy is not easy. It's a mirage. Because guess what? Guess what? It may seem like it's easy because it's flowing and it's whatever, but you're still miserable. Listen, me and my friend, we were talking forever last night, but it was like we were talking about this idea of taking the easy route out, of settling, because that's what the easy route is to me. It's settling. This is as good as it gets. And when you start to make up those ideas in your mind that this is as good as it gets, well, then you'll never get the blessings that are truly for you. When you start to make up in your mind, this is as good as it gets, I'm comfortable here. I guess this is it. It doesn't feel like it's it completely, but I guess this is it. It's not it. Let me tell you that. It's not it. It's not it. And we trick ourselves so much because we've been through so much in the past. And so this is better than what the past has. So this has got to be it. No, it's not it. If there's any inkling, if there's any idea, right? Because we ultimately know when it's it, right? There's something so fascinating about our unconscious mind that we know exactly what it is that is for us and what is not for us. It's called intuition, clarity, confirmation. And being an empath, I love that that's what comes out of being an empath, is that I know this ain't for me. This situation ain't for me. This job ain't for me. This career path ain't for me. This friendship ain't for me. I don't know who I'm talking to. And a lot of the times too, we get influences from our friends, our family, right? Oh, that's a good man. Girl, you should stay with him. He take care of everything. But I'm anxious when I get home. But I'm constantly worried about where this man is at. But he's a good man. He take care of you. He pay all your bills. He make sure you're good, you're straight. You get a new car every year for your anniversary. But I'm miserable. But you want me to stay with this person. Who am I talking to? Y'all. It's the worst. Just like when I heard from my family member that, you're supposed to be with the man who loves you the most. That was the advice I received. Because the man who loves you the most is going to be the best one for you. He's always going to be there for you. He's always going to love you. My ex-husband was the man that loved me the most. I said ex-husband, right? You heard that? Ex-husband? That was the one that loved me the most out of everybody that I was dating. So I went with it. Because that's what I was told. That's what was imprinted on me when I was younger. Always go for the man that loves you the most. Who else has heard that? That's a lie. Even though I knew there were red flags. There were things that I felt. I had some intuition going on, but I still put it aside because I wanted to be married. Hell, felt like it was my time. So I did what I did. Hello. And I know there's a lot of people that do that. I felt like it was my time to be married. I was ready. Somebody asked me, and I went with it. That's my story. And guess what? I have fully accepted it, and have fully healed, and have fully moved past it, and have fully forgiven myself the most, because that's where the forgiveness is. But some of us are settling in each and everything that we do. And when you're settling, you're not living in the energy of manifesting. Sorry, y'all. I don't know where that happened. My phone is definitely on Do Not Disturb. My bad. My bad. Like I said, when you are settling, you're not living in the energy of manifesting. So you're not going to be able to manifest the actual thing, the right thing for you, the best thing for you. That's not what happens when you're settling for what's there. And a lot of people are settling right now because they're married. That just came up in my spirit, y'all. A lot of people are married to their partners, and they're settling simply because they made the vow. And they feel like because they made this vow, they can't have the conversations, or they're walking on eggshells. They don't know how to, because their partner's too defensive. Because their partner's too, you married him. You should be able to have any conversation at all, right? Why would you marry somebody who you feel like you can't have a real conversation about something, right? Listen, when you get married, baby, you better be prepared to have all the uncomfortable conversations there are. Matter of fact, I have uncomfortable conversations with people that I am dating because I need to see how you gonna react. I need to see how you gonna react. Let me have an uncomfortable conversation right now. Let's talk about that right now, right here, right now, just so I can see how you gonna operate when we have this uncomfortable conversation. Because it's important. It's important, right? Relationships are supposed to make you better. So of course there's gonna be uncomfortable conversations and things that you don't want to talk about that you have to address. But that's how you grow together in the process. And people don't want to grow. People don't want to go through the process. They just want it to be rainbows and sunshine all the time. And it's not always that. Of course not. It can't always be that, because then we wouldn't know what rainbows and sunshine were. If it was always great, if it was always amazing, and there wasn't some, downfalls every once in a while. But we're getting back to this settling, you guys. We're getting back to this settling. Y'all, my leg is so... It is so dead. My bad. I cannot. We talked about the fear. We talked about that. We talked about all the different things that happen in the process of settling and why we're settling and what's going on. But I think that the one thing to know for sure and to be sure about is that you know what is best for you. And you can lie to yourself as much as you want to. You can. And I've done it before, where I was like, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be amazing. This is the best man I've ever had in my life. Right? And all the above. And will tell a lie. Will tell a lie about it to make myself believe it, to accept it, and to be in it. Especially when you have people that are like, oh, that's a good man, girl. Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah, he's this, he's that. Right? You got your friends confirming it. Make you feel like you want to stick and stay in it. Family confirming it. Make you want to stick and stay in it. Right? But we know what is for us is for us. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. That's what it's there for. And when we talk about the different sounds that we utilize when it comes down to settling, right? Because this is a sound bowl healing session, right? A mini sound bowl healing session. We talk about the different bowls that we utilize in order to stop settling. Well, we have to address the fact that there's a safety issue, right? I don't feel safe enough to walk away from this relationship. I don't feel safe enough to walk away from this career and actually go for the things that I truly desire. I don't feel safe enough. Safety, that's big red. Y'all know big red, right? Our root chakra, because there's something about our foundation. We're not feeling safe enough to know that there is something on the other side of this, that there's more abundance on the other side of this, that there's a better job, a better career, that there's a better man or woman waiting to love you the way that you want to be loved. I was talking about something earlier about polygamy, right? Here's the other thing that I was, talking about settling, about how people will settle. This lady settled in that relationship with that man for a little bit because she was like, he's great on paper and everything's right, but he just lives a polygamous lifestyle. And I think I can get with it, so let me try it out. I've heard of people settling in their relationships where their partner wants to do threesomes, but they don't necessarily want to, right? Everybody's talking about, who is it? What's that girl's name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. What's her name? I can't even think of her name. Anyways, she just got divorced recently. With Iman. Yeah. Tiara. Yeah. She just got divorced, and they were saying that the reason why they got divorced was because he wanted to do all these different threesomes or whatever, and she was with it at first, and then it got too crazy or whatever. But then I heard an interview that she was like, well, I was the one that started the threesomes, and I was like, oh, okay. All right, whatever the case, do you, boo. Whatever works for you, works for you. That ain't gonna work for me, though. That would be settling for me, right? Because that's not how my heart is made. I'm not about to share nobody. Baby, if I got to share you, they can have you. That's how I feel. I'm serious. I'm real old school and traditional with that, but I've always been, right? I'm the love girly. They talk about me all the time. Brittany just believes in love. Yes, I do. I truly do believe in real love, real genuine love. I think I'm deserving of it. And when it finds me, it'll be right on time. And if it hasn't found me, I'm not going to settle for what looks like it could be the best thing. Let me say that again, because that's what a lot of us are doing, is that we're getting so close to it. Thank you, God. We're getting so close to what it is that we want in a partner that we settle for the closest thing to what we want. And guess what that energy is doing? The energy that you're giving somebody who sort of looks like it, could be it, I don't quite know. You're giving that energy to somebody who's not even it. So what does that mean? You're distracted by who ain't it. So then when you go out in the world, you can't attract who really is it. Because you're so distracted with the person who ain't it. I don't know who I'm talking to. Maybe I'm talking to myself because I've been in that situation before where it looked like it was right. It looked like everything was right. Everything was in alignment. Almost. So close. My man checked like 90% of the boxes. And for the other 10%, I settled. Heavily. Who am I talking to? Because that 10% really, really, really shows up when you're thinking about being with someone forever. That 10% really shows up when you're thinking about actually being in this person's life for the rest of their life, right? It's 10% that they didn't check off the boxes, 10% of the boxes when you're dating. You're like, oh, it's just 10%. But no, that shit really matters. It really matters when you think about being with somebody forever. Can I really deal with that 10% not being checked off the box for life? You don't want to. You don't want to have to settle. And here's the thing. There are people who want to love you, and it's in abundance. There are people who are looking for you just like you're looking for them. But if you get caught up on somebody who looks like it could be it, is the closest thing to it, then you'll never find the person who is for you. So what does that mean? I told you guys I've been seeing these little interviews about poly lifestyle and all this stuff. And, I was looking at AJ Johnson. I think it's an old interview of hers. But she was talking about how she decided to do a poly lifestyle because she was with men who she thought she was monogamous with, and thought it was a monogamy thing, and it really wasn't. And so that caused her to just be like, I'm more open to poly now because of that. That's settling. You can wrap it up any which way you want to. Put it in a fucking bowl. That's still settling. Yeah. Because here's the thing. If I know I truly want to be with somebody, in a monogamous relationship with somebody, one-on-one, me and them, to ride or die, that's my boo thing, right? If I know that that is the desire of my heart. But because what I keep getting is something different. What I keep getting is something different. What I'm seeing in the dating world is something different. Well, I'm not going to settle for the something different. Good morning, cuz. So I'm just seeing comments. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all been commenting. I've been on my stuff this morning. I haven't been seeing nothing. I just been gone. What I keep receiving is something different in the dating world, right? But I know I want to be in a monogamous relationship. And I keep trying to be in a monogamous relationship with what's coming towards me, but they're not trying to be in a monogamous relationship. So now I get to a point where, well, maybe I am open to poly. That's settling. Y'all hear what I'm saying? That's still settling because the desire of my heart is to be in a monogamous relationship. So for whatever reason, that's not coming towards me. I'm not able to attract that energy for whatever reason. Maybe there's some more work I got to do. Maybe it's just not my time to love. Maybe this is my single season. Maybe God wants to be with me more so than anything else. The flesh is weak. Ha! Baby, the flesh is weak, right? And so some of us is supposed to be in our single season, not touching nobody, not loving nobody, not hugging nobody, not calling nobody, smiling. Oh my God, what you doing? No. Some of us, God is like, yo, I want you to myself. There's some things that we got to do. There's some intimacy that we got to have. And I speak to that because I know that that's me in this season. That's why dating isn't working. But it's not because I keep attracting the poly guys and so therefore I should go for something poly because that's what keeps coming. No, it's simply saying take a step back, relax, chill, be with yourself, love on yourself. Hello, somebody. I don't know who I'm talking to. Am I just talking to myself? No, can't be. Can't be because I'm feeling this thing too strong on my heart. I'm feeling this thing too strong on my heart. And I know it's not only for me. Take a step back. Relax. We don't always got to be in a relationship. We don't always got to be with somebody. We don't always got to be hugged up and loved up. But I understand. The flesh gets weak. I understand. You want to be with somebody. I understand. You're tired of your rose. I understand. You're tired of your hand. I understand. Listen, I understand. I get it. But also, I am in a space where I don't want nothing unless it has a stamp of approval from God on it. Let me say that again. I don't want nothing unless it has a stamp of approval from God on it. Man, woman, indifferent. I don't want it. Friends, job, career, opportunities. I don't want it. And some of us are a little too comfortable with accepting the things that don't have a stamp from God, that don't have a stamp from the divine, that haven't been in alignment with the life you truly want. Some of us are too okay with that. We're too comfortable. It's too familiar. Nah. Listen, I have really strong opinions. I do. I know me. Strong personality, strong opinions. But I know that I refuse to settle. Because settling is telling God, the universe, higher power, divine, whatever it is you call it, that this is how much better I think I can get. This is how good it gets. This right here is how good it gets. That's what you're doing when you're settling. This is it. This is how good it gets. I tried to look for something else. I tried to date for a whole year. And I ain't find nothing out there. So I guess I'm going to go back to my toxic ex. I tried. I tried to find another job. I kept looking. And I guess I'm just going to go back to my old job that I was miserable in. Guess this is as good as it gets. No. That's not how life is supposed to be lived. With this is as good as it gets. The bare minimum. Settling. I don't know about y'all. But I was told that life is meant to be lived and lived well. That's why I say it so much. That's why I don't believe when things happen the way they do. I'm like, oh yeah, this ain't it. It's okay. This is just a moment. This ain't quite it. Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, it's going to get better. Because what? I told you guys I go out and I date. And I talk about how dating is fun. And dating is fun. It is fun. When I go out, I date, I meet good people, I meet great people. Not necessarily the one for me, though. Because the one for me is a little different. I'm going to tell you, because I'm a little different. I'm a little touched. I'm a little special. I'm a little, right? If I don't date the right person that can deal with all of my big personality traits and all the things that I got going on and my theories and my intellect, right? I'm going to drive somebody crazy. The one who ain't for me, I'm going to drive them crazy because I know me. I know me. I know my mind. I know that I like to ask questions, honey. I know that I know the person for me is very, very, very special. So it's going to take a little time to get to that person. And some of us want to rush God and do his job for him. Some of us want to rush into polygamy because we're not finding the monogamous person. Some of us want to rush into dealing with the man who just wants to do threesomes because we're not willing to wait or do the work that we need to do to attract the one that is all about you and only you and don't really give a damn about a threesome. Don't care about nobody else. When you walk in the room, he's all you see. Some of us, there's some work that needs to be done, and that's the reason why we're not attracting that. But we want it so bad. And even if it's a desire of your heart, God wants to give it to you. Understand that. If it's the desire of your heart, God wants to give it to you. So keep the desire there. Don't give up. Don't settle. Don't stop desiring what it is you truly want. Don't stop desiring what it is that you truly want. But do the work. Get in alignment. I want a man that is focused on his career and has a vision and okay, then become a woman that's focused on her vision, that's focused on her career. Get into alignment with that energy. I want a man that loves kids, that wants to, be a stepfather to my child. Okay, so get in alignment. What does that look like? I'm a good parent. Okay, so I can attract somebody that. Get into alignment with the things that you desire. I want to drive a Range Rover. Okay, well, what is a person driving a Range Rover doing? What they doing right now? They sleep in the bed till 10, 12, 11? Or are they up and at it? Handling business, making business moves, boss moves. Get in alignment with whatever it is that your heart desires, and surely it will come. But it doesn't always come quick like that, especially if we're not ready for it. You want a husband, you want a wife, you want your forever person, but you're not even doing the things yourself to be somebody else's forever person. You want somebody committed. You want somebody consistent, but you're not even consistent in your own life when it comes down to your friendships and dating yourself, but you want somebody that's committed. You want somebody to be in a relationship with only you and to take you seriously, but you're not even taking yourself seriously. Cut it out. Cut it out. Get in alignment and get into the energy of what you want to receive, and you will receive it. Do the work to get into the energy and to get into alignment, because that's what manifestation is. That's all it is. I want something. Boom. I have a desire for something. But I have to get into the space. I have to get into the mindset. A lot of us, it's our mind that is keeping us from getting the things we truly want. It's the mind alone for some of us that is keeping us from getting the things that we want. Because you don't think you deserve it. Because you overthinking it. Because you stressing and worried and anxious about it. And that's not how it's going to come to you. It comes to you with peace, with confidence. Because I know I'm deserving of a love so real like nothing I've ever seen. I'm so deserving of it. I know that. So what do each and every day? I align my heart, my mind, and my soul with being love. Because if I go out and I shine bright and I show love, it comes back tenfold. I don't just say it just to say it. The energy that we put out, we get back tenfold. So if it's something that you want, you desire, more so than anything else, get into alignment. What does it look like? Think about what it looks like. Money. I want more money. Okay, well, what does somebody who has more money, what are they doing? What type of energy are they walking around here with? Are they stressed out about their next check? Are they stressed out about if they're paying their rent, if they're paying their bills? Hell no. They're not worried about the bills. It's already paid in their mind. Switch your mindset to attract more. To attract more, you have to think like a person who has more. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. It's all right. Eventually, you get to a place where you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you're like, I'm doing all the things, I'm praying, I'm trying to make it happen. It's not working. Chances are it's your mindset. What are you thinking throughout the day? What's coming up? What are you allowing to run rampant in your mind? What thoughts of yourself or of your life or of what have you, of dating? I keep saying dating. I don't know what. Relationships have been coming up all day. This is for somebody in a relationship, baby. We're not settling. We're not settling. If you want it, you can have it. But you got to do some work to get it. And if you're ready to do that work, come to Talk to Me Nice. If you're in Atlanta, come to Talk to Me Nice. It's a virtual course, but we're doing a kickoff March 29th. We're doing a lunch in the perimeter area. It's going to be good, you guys. 12 p.m. to 3. We're going to come together, break bread, and then talk about what the curriculum is going to look like for Talk to Me Nice. This course changed my life. It's a course that I did 4 years ago. And it was a very small cohort. But I still talk to those ladies even today about what they're manifesting, what their life looks like, where they're at, right? One of the ladies, she had some severe pain. And her thing was just getting her mind and mental blocks together so that she could stop creating the pain, right? She kept reliving her past trauma from childhood. And so in the process of this course and in the process of these techniques, because I do techniques, right? NLP techniques, neuro-linguistic programming. One technique is a technique for pain specifically. And it allows you to go through whatever childhood traumas, whatever past pains, whatever hurts. Because a lot of the times we have stuck emotion, and that's what's causing our back pain. That's what's causing our shoulder pain. I don't know if you guys know this, right? The mind-body connection is real. So I may have some repressed memories up here, but it's operating in whatever space that energy is stuck in. So that's what's causing the back pain, the shoulder pain, the headaches, the migraines, the what have you. And so I did this pain paradigm is what it's called. It's a technique in NLP. I did it on this lady, and she had been in pain for 12 years, most of her adult life. This woman is walking around pain-free. She not worried about nothing. She going on vacation. She was saying she wasn't able to go on vacations because as soon as she goes and she has to sit on the airplane for too long, her back hurts, she's stressed out. It's not enjoyable. My girl's been taking vacations. This was 4 years ago. She's been living her life. When I say, man, amazing. Like there is nothing like this work that I do. There's nothing like it. It helps the quality of life. I have seen people's quality of life go up. And that's why I continue to do what I do. I've seen my quality of life go up from utilizing the techniques that I do and the modalities that I do. I've seen my own life, what it has done in my own life and what it has done in my clients' lives. And it is a blessing. It's a miracle even. And I believe in miracles. I believe in them heavily, which is why they happen all the time for me. But enough about that. We're going to get ready to go into this session. We're going to play the root chakra. We're going to play the solar plexus, because that's where our confidence is. Decisiveness, right? Because a lot of the times when we're deciding on settling, it's like we don't know, but we know, but we don't know, but we know, but we don't. It's like you're so undecisive, right? It's like you're, I don't know, but I think so, but I don't. But it's like all this worry and anxiety that's going on when we're settling. So we're gonna play the solar plexus. If there's anything that is blocking your heart chakra, right? Because what you believe about yourself, sometimes we're settling because we don't believe that we're worthy of it. We don't believe that, right? We don't believe that we're worthy of love, especially since relationships is coming up really heavy for me. I'm going to play the heart chakra because that is coming up really heavy for me. I don't know who's going to get this video, maybe on the replay, maybe somebody who's on this right now. Relationships. So we're going to deal with removing whatever that stuck energy is in our heart space, And then third eye chakra is also another bowl that will be played because that simply is our intuition, clarity. I got to be clear on what's going on. I got to have some clarity here. There's got to be, right? It's got to all come together. I got to trust my intuition. I got to trust the process, right? I was talking about how some of us are settling because we're not being patient and we're not trusting the process that God is putting us through in order to become the best woman, man, whoever for that person. To become the best partner, to become the best, because a lot of the times God sees, everything before we do, right? So you can see that you're not ready. You may be saying it like, oh, I'm so ready to be married. I'm so ready. But wouldn't know what the hell a wife, a husband, a commitment, a real relationship look like. For real. Ain't never been in a real relationship, but you ready to be married. Ain't never committed to nobody, but you ready to be married. And God's like, hold on. I know you desire this. That's cool. But there's some steps that you got to take in order to get this, or else if I give it to you right now, prematurely, I told you guys I started dating prematurely to my healing, which is why nothing worked out. Nothing. God was like, I don't think so. You will ruin this man. Like, if I put him with you, like, I know that's what it was. I'm not stupid. You will ruin his life. You'll break his heart. Right? Yeah, because I was going through some things. Right? I wasn't ready. And some of us were simply not ready, but you can get ready. And that's what the focus needs to be, if nothing else, is focusing on getting ready to receive those blessings, getting ready to receive this man, this woman of my dreams, my soulmate, getting ready to receive the career of my life, the best career, the business, the opportunity, getting ready to receive, right? There's work that we do in the process of getting ready and getting prepared for the blessings and the miracles that God is bringing towards us. Amen. Amen. I'm going to go play. If you're on here with me right now in the mini sound bowl healing session, go ahead and start to take a deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. I'm going to go play, wake up my leg, see what's going on, and we'll get started. All right, deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And out your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And out your mouth. And if you're on with me, I want you to say an affirmation. You can choose to say it in your head, or you can say it out loud and speak it over yourself. I am deserving of the desires of my heart. I am deserving of the desires of my heart. One more time. I am deserving of the desires of my heart. one last affirmation for you, if you're still on. I trust my intuition to bring me the things that are for me. I trust my intuition to bring me the things that are for me. I trust my intuition to bring me the things that are for me. Woo, y'all. Okay, now. No more settling. No more settling, y'all. TikTok's always doing some stuff. I don't know what happened, TikTok. No more settling, my friends. We're not doing that. If you're in Atlanta, come to Talk to Me Nice, March 29th. Would love to see you there. We're going to have a good time. It's always a good time. Just being in the midst of people who are ready to move forward and manifest the life that they truly want. Like, who doesn't want to be in that type of energy? What? Get there, okay? Book your ticket, register. Tickets have been open and are 25% off until Sunday. I believe Sunday. So get your ticket now. It's 25% off. It will not stay that way, and spots are filling up pretty quick. So get in so we can do this thing, so you can move into your next space of life and attract the things you truly want. You truly want, not the things you're settling for, right? We're not settling. We're not doing that. We all agree. We're coming together. This is a pact. We are no longer settling. If that means in our careers, in our relationships, in our friendships, in any of that stuff, we're not settling, okay? Everybody got that? You agree? We agree? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, team. All right, no more settling. Got me? Okay? Love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.